Last second adjustment on the wardrobe here. Make sure the belly's not hanging out. All right, we're good. Everybody's here.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Welcome to Leave It at the Table. It is a beautiful, just sunny Thursday night here in the Florida Panhandle. You know what? I told Jeffrey earlier that, believe it or not, this is the first time that it has stormed during one of our shows.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy to think about? We've been doing this for a year next week. Now, obviously, we've had a few weeks off, but we have had good weather every week until tonight.
Yeah.
Let the belly hang. Got to shout out some people that have already checked in, by the way, over in the chat. So let's go ahead and give some love here. ADHD Acres was the first man in the chat, as he is every week. Show some love to our boy Kyle McAlpin. Excited to see him next week. We'll get into why here in just a minute. Chef Ross also chiming in. Jeffrey and I dropping some test comments on Facebook and YouTube. Danielle saying I'm here. She got off from her little Topgolf pep rally. I say her little like it's
Woot,
a
woot.
woot woot. Bo Green, speaking of woot woot, hitting us with the I woot woot. What up, fellas? Shelby over on YouTube giving us the hand waving emoji. Tyler Spalding risking life and limb to watch this show, folks. And that's the kind of dedication that we want from our fan base.
Why is it life and limb? I've always wondered that.
I don't know.
Is it you only risking one of them?
You end up looking like a Barbie doll that you like pop the arm off of, you know?
From over at Sid's place?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. YouTube for the win, Rachel says. Shout out to my lovely wife, Rachel. Tyler Spalding, like I said, risking life and limb, watching us on his way to beautiful Gulf Shores, Alabama. Brian Graham checking in, saying good morning.
So,
Something along them lines. It must be morning for him.
he's going to...
I think he works the night shift. So.
No, I'm saying Spalding. He's going to Gulf Shore, so he's leaving you again?
Yeah, dude, the guy is taking more PTO than he's been at work. Good Lord.
Hey, you got to spend it sometime.
That's true. Garrett Nelson chiming in over on YouTube as well with the horns up, with the Texas Longhorns. Horns down, baby.
Go
Horns
Tigers.
down.
Go Tigers.
And so it comes down the SEC. Right, there we are.
Hey.
Well, folks, we want to let you know that tonight's episode is being brought to you in part by our friends over at BassTackleSupply.com. Bass fishing season is here. Fishing season in general. I'm about to put Drew on the spot. So BassTackleSupply.com. Use the promo code LEAVEIT when you get to checkout. That's going to be 10% off your order. July 25th through the 27th. Going to leave on Friday after work.
Oh, here we go.
Going to come back home on Sunday. Going to leave after work Friday, come home Sunday. Missing no work. It's on my bucket list, and this is my lifelong bucket list. Not only my fishing bucket list, which shout out to the fishing bucket list. That is the owner of BassTackleSupply.com. That is his podcast. If you're a big fan of fishing or anything related to fishing, go check that out because that's a great show. That's Mr. Aaron Rich. It's awesome. It's on my bucket list, Drew, to catch a peacock bass. So, July 25th, I'm driving down to Tampa to my buddy Mitchell's house. And on Saturday morning, we're going to wake up and we're going to drive the 4 hours to Miami.
Whoa.
He's going to drive. We're going to go. We're going to leave super early. We're going to go and we're going to knock that one off the bucket list, baby. Going to catch a peacock bass. On Saturday, July 26th of this year, one thing will be knocked off my bucket list. We're going to go to the Miami area. It's about 3.5 hours from his house.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back late Saturday night. Well, probably not too late, of course. You know, fish till sundown, get back around 10 o'clock or whatever. Get some dinner. And then we're going to come back Sunday morning.
Let me check with the wife.
All right.
Let me pull up the calendar right now.
It's the week after my birthday, and that's kind of the reason I want to do it, so I can spend...
Like I ever put anything in the calendar.
Right.
Nothing right now is in the calendar. Let me text those dates to Michaela right now.
There you go. See, I told you, put him on the spot.
July 26th and 27th?
Well, we would leave the 25th, which is a Friday, so we'll work the normal day. We'll meet here, and then we'll load up in my car, and we'll head down. Probably me, you, and Carson.
The normal day. So like you prepared to leave here at 8?
I mean, it depends on how our Friday goes.
Depends on your Friday is a whole lot smoother. Your normal day is a whole lot smoother than my normal day. I may be done at 2.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we'll figure it out.
I'll come here and be drunk by the time you get home.
Yeah. You'll just be riding passenger. Why the hell not?
How we doing, bud?
Not in the car, of course, folks. Maybe at 2 a.m. on Christmas Day. It's not Miami. It's like the Miami area. It's not quite all the way to Miami. Yeah, maybe at 2 a.m. on a Christmas Day.
Spall's done left Facebook. Joined us on the YouTube. Almost said Instagram.
I agree with Chef Ross.
Difference.
Shout out to Kristen Whitney, by the way, chiming in over on Facebook. She has been following us pretty close over the last week. So happy to have another full-time fan. So thank you for, I don't know if that's a round of applause, kind of, maybe more of a round of a pat on the back for us.
We'll go round of applause.
Yeah. So that's going to happen. And we're going to buy our stuff where, Jeffrey? On BassTackleSupply.com before we leave.
That is a whole lot better of a put me on the spot than I thought you were going to do.
Oh, God, what'd you think I was going to do? Try to impregnate you?
I mean, that you don't got to put me on the spot, but I'll tell you I'll tell you later on what I thought.
Oh, God. Okay. It was dirty for sure.
I don't want to admit it on air, so we'll go from there. And no free ad mobile service. Hey, I get it. Don't we all have that problem?
YouTube is where we want people anyway.
Yeah.
Not that Facebook's being phased out, because I don't think we're going to talk about our year 2 plans and goals here in a little bit, but I don't know if that's any on the horizon anymore or not. Now that things have kind of taken a good turn for us, maybe it's not yet. We'll get there though.
Shout out Danielle Guillory. Go Tigers, baby. That game last night. Oh my God.
Poor Chris Spates.
Yeah.
Arkansas is the Florida State of the SEC when it comes to baseball.
Was it you who shared this? But I saw it. It said if Arkansas played Florida State in the in the World Series, someone else would find a way to win.
Yeah, that was me that shared. Wrestling fans will get this reference. Basically, somebody's going to come down with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and they're going to win the championship.
It's going to be someone
instead of
totally
one of those two
different.
teams. Gosh.
Oh, man.
And it's man, I don't want to get into the weeds on Florida State baseball, but this year they way overperformed expectations because the team was so young. Other than Jamie Arnold, who's a first-round pick probably, the team is super young, so they're going to be back. But weird, man. Florida State baseball is weird. All right, so I mentioned earlier that we're going to see somebody. I forgot who exactly I was talking about. There goes my ADHD brain. I am not on my cocaine lift this week. My
ADHD acres.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. ADHD. I should have connected the damn dots. We're going to see Kyle McAlpin here next week at my house because next Saturday, June 28th, and I'm telling you guys this one more time, is Fan Day.
Yes.
Fan Appreciation Day for Leave It at the Table. Now, if you have not been invited to this and you feel like you should have, this is the last chance. Let us know right there in the comments. We will send you an invite. We would love to have you there. It's next Saturday. Drew and I are going to go shopping, I believe, next Friday night. Is that that's the plan?
Yeah.
We're going to go shopping next Friday night. When we get off work, we're going to go to Sam's. We're going to go get some meat. We're going to go get some stuff. Chef Chris is bringing some ribs and some banana pudding.
Oh, yes.
And we're going to figure some other stuff out as well. I think I'm getting some cookies made on my penny, of course, from our friends over at Bite Me Cookies. Bite Me Tasty Treats, basically. They're going for Best of Bay. That's Carla and Adam Goff. Bite Me Custom Treats is what it is. Gosh, I don't know why it took me a minute to get that out. But I'm going to get some cookies made with our logo on them. So,
hey.
Yeah. So it's going to be a cool time, man. It's going to be a great. I don't know. I don't know how fun it's going to be. I imagine with all of us here, it's going to be a great time. I don't know if everybody's going to do karaoke. We don't have to do that. That's just kind of a cool thing that I thought would be a lot of fun. We'll have cornhole boards.
Who's Ezra?
Who? Oh, yeah. Bring the karaoke stuff over. Holy cow.
Gotta have the inside jokes,
It's been a while since we've Who's Ezra.
Yeah.
Since the autism diagnosis, we've been, I think we have to know his name now. That's
Sasha, what's going on?
Hi, Sasha. We haven't actually met, but I see you a lot on Facebook. We're Facebook friends, so that makes us official.
Of course.
Christopher Spates rolling in a little bit late to the party. David Ham, I could read that now that it scrolled up a little bit.
I still can't read it.
Dave chiming in on YouTube with a yo. I think they'll be here. Brian Graham is not going to be able to make it next Saturday.
Bring my banjo and guitar. Heck yeah.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, Spalding's got his song picked out? Heck yeah.
Are you coming next Saturday, Tyler? You haven't RSVP'd, and that's the whole point of this. One more time, Jeffrey. Throw the graphic up.
I thought Tyler's gonna PTO. He's gonna be gone somewhere.
Oh yeah, he'll probably be out of town.
He'll big time us.
Storm chasing in
Storm
Albany, New York.
That's a hike.
Yeah, well, he'll do it. And he'll drive his busted ass Yukon there. Shout out to the Ukes. That thing is on life support. Pay for my flight, I'll be there. Dan, I don't know how much you think our sponsor gives us. And I don't know how much flights from Cuba are.
From Cuba? What the?
But you just you figure it out, pal.
From Cuba? Oh, Danny G.
Throw it back on.
Hey, shout out Danny G, graduating college. I gotta give my man some props. Shout out there.
We love you, Dan. We love you, Dan. God, I love that dude so much, man. Hey, shout out to Dan. We've been busting ass, like, well, not really, but
That's ridiculous.
the Know It All podcast is just the numbers blow me away every time I look at it. And even for like obviously the numbers are much higher during the season, but even right now, like we're dropping an episode once a month, and it's pretty successful, man. So shout out to Dan for being a major part of the Know It All podcast. Don't talk shit about the Yukon. Spidey senses are tingling in the uke, dude.
Danielle says you guys got your karaoke song already picked out.
She's gonna have to remind me.
Oh,
But the point of that whole thing was RSVP by tomorrow, because we need a head count so I can let Chris know, and so that we know how much food to buy, and most importantly, how much food not to buy. Because I'll tell you what I don't want. I don't want to leave it at the table party leftovers in my fridge for a month.
yeah. And I don't want to take home stuff because I don't eat leftovers. Ask my wife. It's just I'm weird.
I will eat the leftovers, but I'll tell you what, I don't want to have ribs and banana pudding every day for a week. Like, as cool as it sounds, like it just would not turn around. Yeah, that's right. I remember now, Danielle. You're right. I love you, Dan. Golly. I love you, Dan. A lot of stuff happening right now.
We got 2 Danny G's in the comments and 1.
This is great. Yeah, Danny G, Dan Gonzalez, Danny G, Danielle. We just call her Deep End Danny. Regardless, you'll see me in August. We'll have to hopefully try to get you in here, Dan. The Thursday night you're in town. We'll figure that out. That'll be off the air.
Are those eyeball
Chef Ross has
emojis?
to work 12 to 7 that day. And folks, let me just remind you that if you actually love us, you'll take that day off. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god!
Text me when you get off, Ross. Maybe we'll still be partying. Man, that'd be cool. Yeah. That'd be cool. I mean, I want the karaoke to kind of start late in the day because I want to get the lights going in the living room and stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Danielle, I don't know what it is about me. You're not the only one with a leftover thing. Like I will leave a restaurant with a to-go box with the full intention of eating it later, and then by the time I realize it's in the fridge, it's been like a week, and I'm like, I didn't remember that.
Tyler Spalding hitting. So shout out to Alexis. I don't know if she would want me to shout out her name. She works with us over at my job. I also don't know if they would want me to shout out their name. She's just the sweetest person, man. I don't know her too well yet, but she's really cool. So she organizes this lunch to be brought in for us from Red Robin today. And there's your no free ads, because that place is an absolute disaster if you go dine in there. So I'm going to give you a free ad, but I'm also going to talk a little shit. Right? The place, but they bring it in today. It was just awesome. There was plenty of food. Tyler and I we just carried like 5 pounds of food each back up the stairs. That was my workout for today. I've been shooting basketball every night after work this week, trying to sweat, trying to lose a little bit of weight. Getting the knee going, by the way.
Still never saw the make.
Oh, I did. It wasn't for you guys to see the make. It was for you to see my knee not buckle on a light little fat boy jog down the driveway.
You knew I had to say something though.
Oh, absolutely.
Someone's gonna call you out, and it's gonna be me.
I did make it.
Oh, of course.
It was a layup. Like, it wasn't an Angel Reese layup. It was a Kyle Wright layup.
Hey, she's the first player in WNBA history to. She's done a triple-double in the fastest fashion, and it was all rebounds.
I believe that.
It took her like 64 games.
Jesus. Rebounds is crazy.
Hey, it's a stat.
Awesome layup, by the way. See, thank you, Kyle McAlpin. I thought it was good. Like, I wouldn't know like Russell Westbrook or nothing, but I would say I'm pretty close to Zion Williamson speed.
Brody to the hole, baby.
I think me and Zion could probably foot race right now, and he might even get me because my knee. All right,
Well,
next
he's
week.
chasing legal issues, but that's
Yeah,
another
well.
that's another thing.
What a just dud. The top 2 picks there. So much talent in those two
Oh,
kids,
my
but
and coming from the same area in South Carolina, that's
so
that's
much
nuts.
so many individual issues.
Yes.
Next week's going to be a great time. Didn't have time to tell you this before the show. We're going to be doing hot ones next week. We've already plugged this. It's the 1 year anniversary of our show next week, and I know tonight we're talking about year 2 plans and goals. That's because next week I doubt there's going to be a whole lot of talking. There's going to be a lot of suffering.
Yeah.
Gonna be a lot of suffering next week because we're gonna be doing hot ones. We got the new lineup here for this season of hot ones, and there are some really hot sauces. You start out at 1,400 Scoville units. I'm not gonna read through them all again. Maybe I'll do that next week. But you start out at 1,400. By the time you get to number 5, it's 51,000 Scovilles. By the time you get to number 7, it's 104,000, and when you get to number 10, it's 2.6 million. So it's going to be a brutal week, but it's going to be great content for you guys, as we often do here at Leave It at the Table. Put our own bodies on the line. A lot of pain and suffering for you. So we love you guys. But we're going to be joined by David Hayes.
Hey, bringing him back from week 1.
Bringing him back, and who was supposed to be on that show with us week 1. And he still owes us one, and I called him before the show, and he's locked in for next week.
Oh, DB?
Old DB Bassett. Brian Bassett's going to be right where you're sitting next Thursday.
Yes.
We're finally going to have it happen. We're going to have Brian Bassett. And by the way, I'm setting up a producer camera because you're going to do it with us, Jeffrey. So get ready. I
Yes,
will.
sir.
We'll set up the producer camera before you leave tonight. It'll take us 5 minutes.
Yes.
Deal? All right. They're there. All right. So I want to do this while we have a lot of viewers. Golly, I'm long-winded here tonight. Sorry. We got this like lineup that we have to do before we get into the
Cinder, bud.
the stuff of our show, and I feel like I take a lot of it. But I guess it's because I prepare it practically. So
I get here at showtime.
shout out your boy that did these for us before we reveal these. We're about to reveal our t-shirts, by the way.
Oh, my boy, Will Mims. Know this guy like way back in Tennessee. Love that guy, him and his family. Sylvia. Great people. He's the one who actually got me into a little bit more of competitive ultimate frisbee.
Nice.
He's really good. Like he played in college, and wow, I look short.
My God, this camera! I swear, that's on the July list. We're gonna talk about that after the show. It's that's on the July list. I'm so over that damn camera.
I'm short.
Chris, are you watching?
But it's like, so my guy, I love that guy to death. So we were having some technical difficulties trying to find a shirt, someone to shirt.
Social issues. Nobody wanted this business. By the way, we're selling 50 shirts to our sponsor.
Yeah.
Who's literally buying 50. Like that's if you're keeping count at $20 a pop, that's $1,000 from one person's order.
Yeah. And we got ghosted like 14 times.
So
I Kyle reached out, and I just happened to be. I was like, yeah, I'll look into some things that I had. Ended up opening up Facebook just to go look through like my friend list, and the very first thing was that picture I sent you, and I was like, wait, he is like an actual digital artist. Like, dude, like really makes stuff for like shirts and websites and stuff like that. So I was like, hey, you're advertising that you're about to sell a shirt. Would you be open to making shirts? He goes, yeah, of course. What do you need? Started a three-way group with me, him, and Kyle.
Most interesting 3-way I've ever had.
One, he's also a ginger. One thing led to another, and here we are. You dumbfounded that he was a ginger?
Do I have to wish you a happy Juneteenth?
Let's see the shirts.
All right, here we go. All right.
Survey says.
All right, so folks, here's the front of the shirt. This is gonna go right there on the chest, right there on the like in the pocket area, the like left breast, if you will. So check this guy out. These are the pop figures that I had made. Just a really cool graphic, and of course, right there at the top, rainbow and over it. Drew, where did that come from?
Our good friend Kyle McAlpin.
ADHD Acres hitting us with the perfect 2 words to describe our show last week. Delightfully unhinged.
I love it.
And it's going to forever be a part of us. And if you want to wear that on your boob, we'll give you some more information on that here in just a minute. But that's going to be the front of our shirt, and here's going to be on the back. Basic, just a logo. Drew came up with an incredible idea to add a little black outlining, a little black shadowing to the background, to the outlining of the words, and it just made that logo pop, by the way. Yeah. Absolutely exploded. So that's going to be on the back. So go back to the front real quick, Jeffrey. So there's the front of the shirt. Pop Figures, if you want to represent us, man, this is a great way to support our show. And it's a great way to tell everybody what we do, who we are, why we do it. Just get eyes, get friends, get people watching us, man. That's what we want. And, of course, they're going to be sweet. They're going to be that kind of tan color that you see there in the background.
So it'll be nice for Florida.
Yeah, it'll be real nice. They're going to be nice and cool. All right, back to the back one more time, Jeffrey.
And... sorry, they will actually be T-shirts.
Yeah, and they're going to be actual T-shirt material. I think that's important to say. Good call, Drew. We've gone with the jersey material a few times, and while they're really nice, it's just it's not for everybody.
Yeah,
and they fit weird sometimes, like different sizes do. These will be true to your size. Yeah. So here's how much they're going to cost you. They're also much cheaper than the jerseys usually are.
Yeah.
So kid sizes, any kind of like toddler sizes, it's going to be $15 a piece. Small through 2X, they're going to be $20 a pop. 3 through 5X, us big boys, us big back fellas, they're going to be $25 a pop. If I have to ship it to you, I do have to charge you an extra $7. I hope you understand. If I have to ship you multiple, I got to charge you an extra $2 a shirt. I kind of did some math today. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
I basically, so if you're ordering 3 shirts, it's going to be, the $60 plus 11 for shipping. So I hope that's fair. I hope that you guys see that as a fair price. I feel like that's a really cheap bargain. I feel like it's a great deal. And once again, guys, this is a way for us to make a little bit of money. And yes, Sasha, they do run true to size. Chef Ross, they are free ads. By the way,
the shipping.
We didn't realize that we were completely plagiarizing another show when we did that. So
yeah, had no idea. It was just by pure happen chance on our behalf. We just kind of ended up going for it. But pick back threads better have that hotel thread count.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Big back threads. If I ever start a t-shirt company, that's going to be the name of it right there. I call it.
Trademark.
Damn, somebody's going to take that. Somebody fund us. Somebody fund the t-shirt company.
Big back threads.
The big back threads. BBT, some would say. What does that mean? Don't Google it because I don't know.
There's no telling what it might
so
go for.
If you want to order one, just pay attention to Drew and I's social medias as soon as the show goes off the air tonight. And, of course, to the Leave It at the Table fan group.
Yes.
We'll be collecting orders for, let's just say, 2 weeks. We'll get them in probably right after the 4th of July, right around that time. So maybe a little less than 2 weeks. So probably the next, about 10 days. Because I like to get the order in before the 4th. That way he can work on them during the holiday weekend. But just keep an eye out on our social media, and we'll get with you for payment information and all that stuff. And really looking forward to getting those out there. And I hope you guys are excited to support us. I see you guys in the comments. There's a lot of people already looking to buy them. Let's run through them one more time, Jeffrey. Front of the shirt.
Boom.
Delightfully unhinged with the Pop Figures. It'll be just there on the chest piece. It won't be huge on the front, but it'll be big enough for people to see. And there on the back, just be the logo, basic. Ow, ow. And that'll be big on the back. The nice bold lettering, Drew. Once again, I got to give you credit for that. That changed because when we first got it, it was like, ugh. And then literally just outlining it.
Yeah, because I didn't want it. I wanted it there, but it was definitely a little. You were right. It was definitely throwing the weirdness with the gold on top of the tan. But you add that little black outline. It looks great.
It pops, dude. And then one more time, the price chart, Jeffrey. That's going to be the prices. If you need to screenshot it, there it is. What you got?
What the heck are you talking about, Kyle?
BBT stands for basal body temperature.
What the heck?
I think Kyle's pop figure needs a knee brace. Dan. What's the phone number? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. That might be
I know exactly where you're going.
that might be offensive. That might be offensive. All I'm gonna say is, if you want an ice cold drink, you need a little blank. All right, we're moving on.
Per Google. Pick me, pick me, pick me.
You guys, let us know. We're obviously, like I said, we'll be posting about them tonight. We'll post about them probably once every couple days, and just let us know, man. I mean, you don't have to pay right away. You could pay. We're gonna submit the order on, like, I'll set July 1st. That'll be when we send the order in. Is that good with you? It's about 10 days. So it'll be the 20th through the 1st, basically. I'll be at a Phase Fest tomorrow. We'll have to drop a bunch of those off. Oh, man. Rockin'. Yeah. So there you go. We're gonna get those. We're gonna get these made. I get one for the Cuba comment.
I don't know if you saw it, but you mentioned him. He appeared. DB's in the comments.
Is he DB Bassett?
Yeah.
I saw him chime in up there.
He's in the comments. That's nuts. You mentioned him. We just need to start mentioning.
That happens
everybody.
a lot. Donald Trump, Barack Obama. Jesus Christ.
Yes. My fellow Americans.
There it is, dude. That's what's gonna get us canceled. Year 2 goal. Somebody said it. Don't get canceled. That's.
Hey, I'm surprised we made it a year.
I think that was Chef Ross that commented that. Yeah, we have made it a year. I have made 2 racial insanities towards my Cuban best friend tonight in the comments. So this could be it. This truthfully could be it. I don't know.
We'll find out at a later date.
Next week, Brian Bassett, you're going to be here in the studio. And let me tell you, buddy, these hot sauces, they look good. They sound good. They're not going to be good. Some of them will be delicious.
There's a couple that I'm excited for.
There's a pickled garlic siracha in there that I think sounds fantastic. Ever since I said that, Jeffrey's coming, like, he's thinking of excuses to not come next week.
My stomach hurts, boss.
Yeah. You get paid for this now, buddy.
What are you talking about, boss?
You're technically on salary. What a high salary to be on, too, by the way. Just an absolute dog. So, yeah, keep an eye on our social medias for all of our for our T-shirt order. We'll be posting that tonight and a couple times a week for the next couple of days.
Just keep an eye out.
All right, Drew. So we got notepads, we got pads, pins, and big imaginations. Shout out to Saliva. Click, click, boom. We're going to do some year 2 plans and goals. And basically what I want to do for the goals, and we have a lot of viewers, by the way. Shout out to everybody. Look at that cool ass set, Randy Williams says. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it gorgeous?
You know who was brought to us by? The Ethereal Home Interiors.
Absolutely, dude. That's a free ad you got to give. He was looking into me like I was gonna know exactly what to say.
I was like, I was waiting for you to go, Drew's wife.
Yes. So give the shout out where it belongs.
Yeah, my wife is she's the big portion of how we.
I'm gonna smash that camera into a fucking wall. I swear.
She Michaela, my wife, she runs the Ethereal Home Interiors. She's a big part of how we got this place looking all snazzy. If you ever get a chance to step in here, it really is immersive being in this room. Not trying to say anything bad about the rest of your house, but it's a totally different.
It's a shithole, and then you walk in here.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a totally different feel to it. You walk in here and you're like, okay, I'm not in Callaway anymore.
Damn!
I just shit on Callaway.
My property value went down.
Oh, the camera's moving with me. Hey,
I had to get a new appraisal on my house after this episode. I hate that camera so much, dude. I'm gonna hit it with a baseball bat.
So, but yeah, guys, shout out my wife. Shout out Michaela.
Thank you, Michaela. All jokes aside,
Yes.
she's awesome. Keep her.
Oh yes, I would love to keep her.
Only if she says yes to the 25th through the 27th is what I'm gonna say.
You need Tina on a show. She is so fun.
I think he's talking about Brian Bassett's wife, Tina. I would love that. I do have the ball rolling to run it back. And here's a good year 2 plan. We're going to run our educator spotlight back.
Yes.
And we're going to have Tina Fisher and Brian Bassett back in the studio because we did that episode last year and we came in and we just had a woutage, which, knock on wood, we haven't had since that day, by the way. Like, that was the last time it's happened on a show night. We had a outage, and if you don't know what that is, then you probably have good internet.
You have insert name here.
Yeah, you got probably either got the X or like at. That's really good to hear. Ready? Restart to install the latest Windows update. I'd prefer not to. Don't ever chime in.
Did y'all
on the
hear
show.
that?
What the hell was
Or
that?
was that
Yeah, they
just
heard it.
us?
No, yeah, they heard it. It goes through the soundboard.
Oh,
That's cheap. There you go, folks. That's the production value of Leave It at the Table.
I'm not in Callaway anymore. Yes, sir, Scott.
Delightfully chaotic.
Yeah.
Am I still on the bubble after that comment? Tyler Spalding, what a dog. He goes today, he remembered my kids' names. And he was like, does that put me like in the top 4 of your best friends? I'm like, first 2 out.
First 2 out. I'm in the top 4.
Yeah. Drew, you're there. You're fighting for your fucking life. I'll put it like this, Tyler.
We'll see July 26th.
Now if the 26th doesn't happen, you're you might be Drew might be Florida State on December 2nd, 2023 is what I'm saying. And there might be an injury to the quarterback.
Oh man.
So
Dog. Florida. I love that Donald Trump tweet that you shared today.
that's hilarious, dude. If you didn't see that, go look at my Facebook page. If Iran doesn't stop, I'm going to make them watch the last 10 years of FSU football. It's been brutal. There's a national championship in there. No, there's not. Not anymore. Can't say that anymore. It's 2025, isn't it?
Was that was all the way back 2014?
2013 season,
13.
2014
Holy
championship game, yeah.
I remember watching that game.
Yeah. Auburn knew our plays in the first half. They got up 21-6. Once we caught wind of that, which like the dumbest player on the team catches wind of it, by the way. Kelvin Benjamin's like, hey, coach, they know our plays. Florida State in the second half goes from averaging 3.2 yards per play to 7.6 yards per play and outscores Auburn 34-6 from there or something like that.
How did they Drew seeing stadium noise like how did they know your
Shelby.
how did they know your oh my god, Shelp. That's shots fired.
Ooh.
How'd they know your plays?
Do what?
How'd they know your plays?
So one of their one of their defensive analysts used to work for FSU.
Oh.
So he was up in the box and basically they weren't holding the blanket up when they were calling the trick plays. And again, the dumbest player on the team, I don't know, Jameis was on the squad, but he was actually kind of smart. He's book smart. Kelvin is not. Shout out to Kelvin, but God, my luck, somebody's watching this.
Ball go this way?
No, so Sasha, the snapper trip is going to be just much too expensive. So my plan is to use the Peacock Bass fishing trip as my like birthday trip, essentially. And I hope to have 2 of my best friends there with me.
Jeffrey?
Scott, I love you, Scott. I'm sorry.
Jeffrey?
If you can't go, I might invite Jeffrey. I'm trying not to.
Try not to invite Jeffrey?
I'm trying not to have more than a full car of people so that we can load into one car to go fishing. So, goal number 2, Drew has to wear pants.
Someone say crab legs. Says Spates.
Oh my God. So year 2 plans. Number 1, the educator spotlight's coming back. Basically, we had Tina Fisher and we had Brian Bassett on the show, and my internet was down that night, so it didn't go live. And it is up on the YouTube channel if you want to go back. It's not under the lives; it's under videos. It's a great episode.
That was a great, honestly, a great episode. Like I enjoyed every bit of that, and honestly, talking to teachers was the bane of my existence growing up. But talking to those 2 great humans.
Yeah,
Not to mention their teachers, but great humans,
and just
it
so
was,
insightful too.
Exactly, and they didn't hold back anything. Like they told you what they thought and what they believed, and it was a great conversation to have.
There's a lot more to talk about now too, because you've got like Bay District Schools employees out there with getting in bar fights with methamphetamine in their pockets and shit. It's a weird time. It's a weird time, but so we're gonna do that. That's got to happen.
Yes.
It has to happen. By the way, you guys are in the comments. If you have, most of our terrible ideas come from you guys. So, like, for instance, that thing sitting there to Drew's right, Bean Boozled Challenge, which is here for the party, and it's only here for Kyle McAlpin, by the way. If anybody else wants to put their body through hell, you let us know.
Home Beach Bar represent. Whether it's a challenge you want to see us do,
or a topic.
a topic you want to see us go over,
Yeah.
people you want to see us try to shoot our shot to bring them on.
Yeah, businesses you want to. We were talking that we want to maybe do in year 2, which I guess we could write this down. Like we want to get some local business owners on.
Yeah,
and that I think that's a very yeah, Danielle, we're looking at you. That was your idea. So we're gonna put business owners. We'll talk about the goods and bads of owning a business in 2025. Man, there's a lot to it,
and it helps us. It helps us help them. Because they're bringing in, they can come on and talk about their product and their business, so it allows them the opportunity, the platform.
Yeah.
But it also allows us the platform because they're going to be bringing some more eyeballs and stuff like that. So, it help us, help them, help you, because you may want to know about this company, or you may never have heard of this company, and you hear about them on the show, and next thing you know, you're their number one customer.
Yep, absolutely.
Help us, help them, help you.
I also want to set, and this is one of my 2 goals. I wanted to set a thing to have 2 goals apiece. So I'm going to do off content. I want to let you know that one of my, because somebody put earlier, I think it was Sasha, saying that you have to take video of the Peacock Bass trip. And that is one of my goals for this year, especially now that we do have some funding and monetization, and you have those microphones. I don't know if you brought them tonight.
I don't.
You didn't bring them, but I want to test those because I want us to do more off-show content.
Yeah.
I would like to have more long-form videos, which we can get clips of. Like one thing that I think would be great for you and I to do, and be funny for other people to watch, because we're both so bad at golf, but we're both right there on the precipice of being decent golfers. So what I think would be fun is if you and I go out, we take Jeffrey with us to run the camera, and we do a break 100 challenge.
Thank you for saying that.
We're trying to hit 100, right?
Yeah.
So we play best ball, and or select shot, whatever you want to call it, and we try to break 100. And so that'll be fun. We do the Peacock Bass fishing trip. I would love to document that and have a long form video. I want us to do more. I like the putt-putt tournament idea.
And that's something we can go and do with the video and the mics.
Yeah. Putt-putt tournament.
Come to Bottom Putt.
Somebody said a Top Golf field trip. That's what. Yeah. Come to Bottom Putt.
What is Bottom Putt?
Top Golf, Bottom Putt.
Ah.
Tyler Spalding mentioned something up there, a cover photo of the week or month contest for group members. I think that's actually a fun way to get people involved and into the group. What do you think about something like that?
I like it. We just have to stay on top of it.
Oh God. Jeffrey, $30 a week, buddy.
Something we had brought up, but I don't know. We would have to get a couple things for it, but we could run a that Wii golf tournament.
Let's go ahead and put that down. Wii golf tournament. Basically, what you're seeing here is we want to do more stuff off this. So obviously this is going to happen on Thursday nights, but I want to do more stuff to where we can get out into the public. Here's another one, dude. Here's another one. And this is going to be a goal. I'm not going to set it as a goal, but I'm going to put this down here as just a bonus thing.
Drinking contest. Who can drink Kyle under the table?
Let's do the 999 challenge, dude. Everybody. No, what I want to do is I want to get more business cards made with a QR code that leads straight to our YouTube channel so that people can find us.
Yeah.
QR code business cards. And that's an easy thing to accomplish. That's just a couple $100 that we got to figure out. We'll make that happen. We have a couple other purchases we got to make here in the next couple of months, but
along with the Wii golf, we can also do like a Wii home run derby.
Yeah, just a Wii sports tournament.
Yeah, because they've got golf, home run derby, there's
boxing.
Tennis, boxing. Boxing is tiring.
It is tiring. We could do it though, and I have room in my living room to do this. By the way, like we can make this work.
I'll see if I can get the boxing. I'll see if I can get the Wii from my in-laws, and we'll have it for Saturday.
There you go. That'll be cool. We'll do that too. Heck yeah, that'll be fun. That's next Saturday. Fan Day. You haven't RSVP'd. You're garbage. Did you see Bo says he'll put some business cards at his shop, and that's really what I'm getting at here. Is I want to have I want to print we'll say 1,000 of them. We'll take it. We'll just pass them out to you guys, and you guys tell your people about us.
Yeah, because we realize it's very hard. We tried to do it last week. We realize it's very hard for you to say what we are.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't do it last week.
Just watch.
So if you guys are ammoed isn't the right armed with the business cards, you can hand them to people and say, here, this is my favorite show. This is what I like. If you ever get in a conversation, this is my favorite show. This is people I like to watch.
Yeah, it can come up with I don't want you to be out there like a shill, but if it comes up organically and people are like, what do you like to watch? Because that's a conversation people have. I would like to be part of your conversation there. I would like to be like, dude, you got to check out my friends. Like they are, I mean, if we've got 17 viewers right now live, and that number's usually inaccurate, like on the low side. So I'm telling you right now, that doesn't sound like a lot to you guys, but
to us,
I'm pretty sure we set a year one goal to have consistently 10.
Yeah.
At the end of year one, consistently 10. So what I don't want to do is set an unreal expectation for ourselves going into year two. But I will say, if you had told me that at the end of year one that we were going to, be monetized in any sense of the imagination, the Bass Tackle Supply thing, if that was going to happen, I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah.
And especially the deal that we got, Drew, because it's unbelievable. It's still to this day, I keep waiting on something to come crashing down on it. Like I'm going to say the one thing is be like, never mind.
And what makes me so excited inside is earlier today I'm like in the weeds at work, and I'm getting notifications from you and a couple different groups that I'm in, but in our group with our guy, you said, hey, without you, this would have been a slap in the face. Because something happened today that is behind the scenes, but it's behind the scenes. But you said, without you, this would have been a slap in the face. And his exact response was, I did nothing. You guys did this.
Yeah.
And immediately I was like, oh, my God. It felt good because, yes, we did this, but we would be nowhere without the support from everyone.
And I imagine we're going to get probably a little sentimental about that next week.
Yeah.
Like before we start putting our rings through the just fire, before we start lighting up the sphincters. But man, if you'd have told me that we were going to be here, I would have told you there's no shot.
Yeah.
So I don't want to set that same expectation for the end of year two, but I will say that, that the show continues to grow, and I expect it to stay that way.
Yeah.
We're going to have bad ideas. We're going to have chicken versus hot dog ideas. We're going to have...
sorry, guys.
I've had some absolute dumpster fire ideas. But then we're going to have ideas like revamping the studio, which was an absolute banger of an idea. We're going to have ideas like...
Bean Boozled. As much as we hated it... There were, obviously, we still talk about it to this day.
Make sure you mention that next week, Kristen. I'll shout your son out. Matter of fact, if you, I don't know if we're friends on Facebook, but if you want to direct message me his name, I'll make sure we read it out next week. We're going to have ideas like that group that I made.
Yeah.
That we made. That we figured, because I think that has increased traction. I got a professional account on Facebook, by the way.
Hey.
That's what that little purple thing is on my profile picture. Facebook said, we noticed you're getting a lot more traction to your page. Would you like to turn it into a professional account? I was like, yeah. And it worked. So I think I'm up to like 2.5 thousand followers or something crazy like that. It's insane. But like Jewel just said, shout out to Jewel. Hi, Jewel. Thank you, Jewel. Want to give you a shout out. Holy crap, you're here in the comments. I never see you commenting, but shout out to you. You just added a bunch of random people to our group, by the way. And I don't think most of them are like, what the hell is this? Including Kristen Whitney,
who joined us last week and is now a faithful listener.
Yeah.
Watcher.
So that's what I'm telling you guys. Find random people, get them in there. And if you basically, if you throw shit at the wall, some of it's bound to stick.
It's something.
Something's bound to stick. So if everybody goes into that group and adds 10 of their friends, 9 of them might leave. But if we can get 1 to stay, that's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we're here for. And if everybody does that, so shout out to Jewel for doing that, because she added just a bunch of random people, and we got some new fans, or at least one new faithful follower out of that. Kristen, I don't want to assume, but you've been here 2 weeks in a row, which is probably a record for some of our listeners. So shout out to you. And shout out to Jewel for just putting in the groundwork. She said her whole friend list. I worked with her at Sharky's a long time ago, many moons ago. She was just the sweetest soul back then. She was like 16 years old, up at the hostess stand. Her and my sister Shelly and Savannah Dagan, new last name for Savannah now, Johnson. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bad friend, but there you go. She was always so nice. So Jewel, I love you. Shout out to you for doing that. Thank you. So we've got we're going to do a putt tournament, a Top Golf field trip. I love. That's going to be, you guys are paying for your own shit that night, by the way.
You're right. It's Johnson.
It is Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Cover photo of the week and month contest. We're going to do a Wii Golf /sports tournament. Goals, Drew. Let's talk goals. End of year 2, and this time we need to actually probably put these somewhere where we can come back to them. I want to do more off-show content. I've already mentioned it, but we'll just rehash it. Stuff not here, which means we have to hang. Which means we have to hang out.
Why many word when little?
Few words do trick.
Stuff not here.
Here we go.
Stuff not here.
Stuff not here. Mic fall down. need new mic stand.
Wow, looking like the Packers up there. All them green and
a lot
yellow
of green
names.
and yeller. A lot of green and
y'all
yeller.
can't see that. That's just
that's just on our side.
Sorry.
And then I'm gonna set another goal for us. I'm gonna set it to 25 live viewers.
Oh, I was gonna say 50.
Whoa!
Shoot high, shoot for the moon, land in the stars.
I would rather expect this to shoot low and then be surprised. But that's cool. So those are my 2 goals for this year. We're going to do more content out of the studio. We're going to get some QR code business cards made. Dave said he'll pass them around in Atlanta. Chef Ross says he'll pass them around Pier Park. I'll pass them around everywhere.
My first goal is, hear me when I say this. I want to have more conversations.
Uh-oh.
I want to Not that challenges aren't fun.
I get where you're going. Yeah.
But I want to have more people on and have more conversations. I want people to want to come on and have conversations and talk about what they want to talk about. And I want that to be the forefront of it. As much fun as Bean Boozled and Hot Ones and the Smoothie Challenge, as much fun as those are, I love hearing different people's experiences, because whether it be the servers with Lawrence, the Christian episode, the church episode,
what a banger that was,
the teacher episode,
yeah,
back of house with Chef Ross and Chris Infinger. Like, I genuinely want, I want to know more about what drives you to be the person you are.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, Drew. I think that's actually an incredible idea and something that we talked about doing, and we haven't done, basically because for a long time, I think we had people in the studio every week that I think we kind of wanted to have a good stretch of just you and I.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got this couch for a reason. You're not supposed to be sitting on this, by the way. Just to kind of show everybody, this is what this is supposed to look like. I'm getting there. Sorry. This is what the studio looks like. Drew's supposed to be sitting over there, and we're supposed to have 2 guests. And but when it's just us, we just obviously bring it in to where, Drew can sit on the couch and we can be a little closer. And but
Actually, it looked like we're in the same room.
there's 4 microphones. There's 4 headsets. This studio was built to have 4 people on this show.
Yeah.
And we want to do a lot more to have at least 3. I'll tell you what, like to add to that, I would also like to try our best to have more interview style stuff. And,
Yeah.
and like that's what I guess what I was getting at with like the business owners and stuff like that.
Exactly. And it was that's kind of what sprung it on for me, because it was
those probably mold, don't they?
Yeah, because it's like I want to see more business owners come in here that or just the regular everyday Joe that wants to talk about chicken versus hot dog just because I'm staring at it. Just the
Let's just become our microphone stand.
yeah
But I think it's a good prop, honestly.
yeah it's perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to be able to have more conversations, because I genuinely think I genuinely enjoy hearing people telling like what makes. I want to be a listener on my own show.
What makes you damn, Drew, that's a
I want to be an active listener on my own show, because I love listening to people. People get excited talking about stuff that they care about.
yeah.
What do you care about? Because I know whenever I talk to Kyle, if I bring up the Dolphins, or if I bring up the Reds, or if I bring up his kids, or if I bring up Rachel, he's giddy talking about, well, maybe not giddy about the Dolphins and the Reds, but he's giddy talking about.
Reds are 3 games over 500, pal.
Yeah, he's giddy talking about stuff that he cares about. You bring up his kids and how great Carson's doing in school and how great Ezra's doing in his classes. He gets giddy, and that makes me happy. I like seeing other people happy.
People like to be quote unquote interviewed. Like maybe not necessarily job interviews, but like I love when people say like, tell me about this, tell me about this, tell me about this.
Yeah.
And I can go on these tangents. And I know you love to do that too. And I think that's an excellent point, Drew, to become a listener on our show and to I don't want to say not exert as much oxygen, but to have like, yeah, man, just to get other insights, other stories that which is why we want to go back to that educator spotlight. You guys really I think I got like 8 views or something like that. And I'm telling you,
Please go back and watch it.
if I had to cherry pick from year 1, like that was one of my favorite episodes we did.
It really was. Like I very rarely do stuff mid-show to like post about it. I took a video of that show saying you guys need to go watch this, to drum up people going to watch it, which didn't work, but it really is. It really was insightful. Really was a great show, and please go back and watch it.
Yeah, and if you can't go back and watch it, or if you don't want to, just keep an eye out on everything, because we're going to run it back. We are going to run that thing back, because that was such a good episode that it needs to see the light of day. It needs to see live viewers, live sponsoring. No, Chef Ross, basically that whole thing, unfortunately, if you don't know what he said, if you're watching on YouTube or something, Chef Ross asked if Carson won the Ranger thing. He didn't make the top 10. He made the top 15, and then they narrowed it to the top 10, and he did not make it. It became a thing where you get a free vote every day, or you could spend like a certain amount of money to vote. And unfortunately, I think it became a thing where people were just spending a lot of money, which to me takes away from the whole experience. That's just that's so crappy that's even an option. But they got to make money, so everything's about making money. Unfortunately, I mean that's just life. You got to make money, even if you do what you love. You got to make money. If you're not making money, if you're not paying the bills, then it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I that's an excellent point, Drew. Just to go back to that, we will do that. We will do that. That's I think you and I probably need to have a dinner, like we meet somewhere on a weeknight or something, and we just come up with people and things that we could talk about. And we could do that on the show. We have done brainstorming episodes, but I think that maybe needs to be more maybe a you and me
face to face, yeah.
Which I work on the West End, so we could do it somewhere out there. Even we'll figure that out in the next couple of weeks. Really, we'll I would love to do that. Even when we're shopping next Friday night, maybe we could do a little bit then. But if you guys have any specific things, any specific topics, and of course, like we always do, we'll post this in the group. Yeah. It's people that you want us to talk to, controversial topics, anything not political. Somebody asked me. Remember when I was talking about the 2 questions that were asked to me at that party? There was a third one, and I didn't want to talk about it last week, but it's like, why don't you guys talk about politics? Why don't you guys talk about stuff like that? And I don't know if I speak for both of us, but I'm pretty sure I do. Dude, politics are not worth talking about on a show like this. We don't want to isolate anybody. I want gay people watching. I want straight people watching. I want trans people watching. I want black people watching. I want white people watching. I want Cuban people, Mexican people. I want people in Iran watching, Israel watching. I want Republicans, Democrats, liberals. I want everybody watching this show. So we're never going to do anything. We might make a joke here and there, like something stupid.
You said Democrats, Republicans, liberals aren't.
No, they are not the same. If you talk to a Democrat and a liberal, they are not the same. Then that's the most political I'll get, would you? But basically, we're not trying to isolate anybody on this show. And I think that's the reason we stay away from that.
And to me, it's less about it's nowadays. It seems like it's less about what you actually believe and what someone's telling you. Yeah. On both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
And Kyle and I aren't smart enough to be the ones to tell you what you should believe,
right,
and what you should think. So I don't feel like we should be the ones on here telling people, well, vote for this person, da-da-da. Okay, yeah. What if we're wrong? Then people are getting mad at us. Like, there's no sense in this. And there's I've said it a million times. I'll probably say it a million more. There's an old Lil Dicky song that I love, and it basically, there's a little excerpt from it back when Obama was in office, and he said, I don't know the first thing about what Obama been doing. I'm better off telling y'all what LeBron been doing.
Yeah.
And that's words I live by.
Yeah.
I will gladly tell you that the Lakers just got sold for $10 billion.
Insane, by the way.
Yeah. But
to the same ownership group that owned the Mavericks.
Yes.
Don't tell me there's no conspiracy in that Luka trade, pal.
Yeah, that
just not to go off on the sports tangent, but
also the company that guy owns. Let me pull it up real quick. The company that guy owns, the dude who bought it, also owns the Dodgers, and his financial company he is a part owner of is worth $365 billion.
There you go. And that's where we're trying to get, folks, by the end of year 3.
It was in a group chat that I'm a part of, and someone commented back, his kids are good for life.
Yeah, absolutely. More than that.
But
gosh.
But yeah, I would much rather tell you guys what's going on in the sports world and what's going on in my life rather than telling you what laws have been passed in the past month or so.
There are great political podcasts out there for you to go find your share. You can just get on Facebook if you want to go argue politics. Get on Twitter. If you're into all that crap, that's fine. I have my beliefs. Drew has his. I think they actually align a little bit, but we both we are both sympathetic people. We both see the pain and hurt that people very close to us go through. That are on both sides of the political spectrum, and it's not fair, and we're just not going to be part of that. Truthfully, we're just not going to be part of it. That's all we want. So we love everybody here. We want everybody watching, and we want people to feel like this is, I know everyone hates this word, these 2 words together, but this is a safe space. This is somewhere where you can come every Thursday night for an hour and a half and you can forget about that shit. That's what we want, man. That and to me, that's not a year 2 goal. That's a overall show goal.
Oh yeah.
It's to keep that identity.
Keep the safe space, keep the therapy session where you can just come and relax, because it's exactly what we do. We come in here. Yes, some days we have a topic. Yes, some days we don't. But for us, we come in here and we just love hanging out together.
Yeah, honestly. You got anything, Jeffrey? I can pass the mic over to you. You have anything that you want to see us do, or anything you think that would be a good idea for us? No, you're not gonna. You guys aren't gonna see this if he says anything, but
I think we could do watch the home run derby when it comes around.
watch parties.
Yeah, watch parties.
Oh, I like that.
Spring training, first game of the season.
Football.
Yeah, football.
Maybe just to kind of piggyback on that, since we are live on Thursday nights now, we could do every now and again just not do a show and do a Thursday night football watch party. I mean, those are ideas.
When one of our teams is playing,
Yeah.
even though the Saints don't have a single primetime game all year.
That's crazy, by the way.
Uh,
Our two teams play on a Sunday. Maybe we'll do a big watch party for that. You know what I mean? Like we'll have a big like Dolphins versus Saints or Kyle versus Drew party or something.
well, you got to go first. Kyle versus Drew. I'm alphabetical.
I mean, come on. I'm a power top. You get it.
Power top.
You have anything else, Drew, before we sign this thing off? We don't have to drag this bad boy out.
I do not. I'm currently in the middle of coach mode. I apologize.
You're okay. You're okay. All right, so we'll just go ahead and sign this thing off then. Guys, first of all, I just want to rehash everything that we've gone over tonight. Keep your eyes on the Facebook group and on my page and on Drew's page. Got the T-shirts coming. We'll be taking those orders starting tonight. It's going to be a lot of work, but we'll be fine. We'll be able to keep up with it. Fan Day is next Saturday. Fan Appreciation Day. I need you to RSVP by tomorrow night if you haven't already.
Please.
If you didn't get invited and you want to be invited, just let me know. Just let me know. If you're not in the group, the Leave It at the Table fan group, let us know. We'll get you in there. That was something that was difficult to make happen, really. That was a really quick decision, and I haven't gone back and looked at it. I just noticed today that Jeffrey was not invited to the Fan Appreciation Day. So
I'll fix that.
I did it. I did before the show. But he's like, I can't find it. Did you invite me? And I'm like, nope. So
Because you're working it. You're not invited.
basically, just let us know about that. Next week, 1 year of Leave It at the Table.
Wow.
626 on freaking Stitch Day of all days, baby. We're gonna be next week. We're gonna do Hot Ones just like we did on the very first episode of this show on June 26th of 2024.
Started with a banger.
We move our show to Thursday nights, and somehow it circles all the way back full circle. Year 2
Yeah.
is going to kick off with Hot Ones. Year 3 might kick off with Hot Ones too. We'll see. That's a long way away.
Let's keep planning ahead.
Yeah.
Keep plowing ahead, baby.
Year 4, I don't know what to do in year
We're
4.
coming for you, cold ones.
Year 4, we're going to have, the liquid nitrogen challenge.
Hey, who knows? It'll be 2028?
2026. No, 2027 in year
Year
4.
four?
Yeah.
2027. Wow. I was off by 1 year.
Yeah, you were doing good, though. Year 5 will be 2028.
Sorry, doing math like an LSU fan.
Employees aren't fans. That's true. That's true. That's why he wasn't invited. Good call, Ross. Good call, Ross. Other than that, guys, we're going to have a lot going on. It's going to be just a great time. So keep your eyes on all of our social medias and join that group. It's a public group. Anybody can join. And the most important thing, invite your friends to that group. If everybody goes and invites 10 people to that group, we're doing good. Maybe 9 people leave, but if one person sticks, that's all we ask.
Support from Notre Dame.
North Dakota? Nebraska? I don't know what ND is, but shout out to Patrick Super. I love you, buddy. Guys, we're going to get out of here. We will be back next week for Hot Ones, putting our bodies through the ringer. Whew. Ah, we love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.